starts with Dale.
Uh-oh.
It does. We had that.
That's me?
Yeah, that was you.
Where's this at?
Probably 2 months old.
So you're like 21 years old.
Yeah.
Just a baby.
Yes, I was. Just a skinny little baby.
Is this Albuquerque?
No, this is down in Texas.
Port Lavaca,
Port
Texas.
Lavaca, Texas.
This would be about January, February of
How to keep your child from
60.
going blind.
1961.
Aren't you cute? You look like the Gerber baby. I always thought you looked like that little thing on the little jar.
The perfect baby.
Yes, the perfect Gerber baby.
But why do you have me dressed in pink?
That's not pink.
That was just reflecting off your
Yeah.
shirt.
Is this the house that went through the hurricane?
Yes, the roof and everything disappeared.
You guys weren't there when it happened, though.
No, we were up in Austin.
But you had like a shrimp boat in your backyard or something? How far were you
And a
from the
roll of
water?
fencing. You'll see it later on in here.
How far were you from the water?
Probably about a mile.
Were we that far in?
Wow.
Yeah. Except it's terribly flat. There's no little ridges, hills, or anything. That's one of those spear plants that poke you and scratch you.
Cactus. Yucca.
We inherited the camera that took this from our neighbor. It was one of those that you wind up and then as it rolls down, it was,
Kodak.
I think we still have it.
So that's real close to the beach right there?
About a
Mile.
mile.
About a mile.
Mile in.
And a
They
boat
had a-
came in a mile?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, it was a big storm.
Where'd you guys go?
Austin, Texas. I stayed in a motel till your dad found me.
I flew
With
a
you?
helicopter up to Bergstrom Air Force Base, and your mother drove the car up.
You had Cupid doll here. I'd make it stick right up on top, in the middle.
So what is Dale, like 2-3 months old right there?
Yeah, 3 months.
The hurricane
Beacon's baby's probably bigger than that, isn't she?
was Hurricane Carla, 1961, September about 10th.
She looks about that size,
Really? But she was teensy when she was born.
Yeah,
and
well,
she's
she's
like
a little
6
bit
months.
early. Little Grace. She's
Oops.
rolling over now.
She is?
Mm-hmm.
She'll be crawling then pretty soon. Vicky.
About 4 years old,
Yeah,
probably 5
probably
years.
4, about Mikey's age.
Well, wait a minute. Isn't she 6 years older than me?
Vicky?
Yeah,
Is she?
I think so. Because she and Linda are about the same age.
Yeah, they are the same
So
age.
she would
Okay.
have been more like.
About 6. Well, these pictures aren't in order though.
Oh, okay.
They're all-
They're
Yeah.
close, but not quite.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
they just sort of jumped around on here. There you are in the backyard. And that roll of fence blew in the backyard too, so we put it up so you couldn't escape. Talking on the telephone. Those things are antiques now, those telephones.
That's the kind you drag around and go toot toot toot, make funny noises.
And their little eyeballs roll up and down. Oh, you were even dialing.
Probably still in your basement.
Yeah.
It is.
Say,
How'd you know? I
Still
saw
have
it at not an auction, but at one of those antique things, and the lady had $25 on it. Watch this. You did it. I think you were a year there. Guess you started walking at 10.5 months, so. Charge.
Now, what car is that you had?
1957 Plymouth.
Uh-oh. Got a hammer?
One thing you'll notice about the pictures is women wore dresses and skirts, in those days.
You know what I call that, Linda? And I'll be watching a movie or something. I'll say that's back when women were women. She'll.
Uh-oh.
The men wore hats, not baseball caps, actual hats.
Uh-oh, the picture disappeared.
It's just in between film. I
It
didn't
is?
touch anything yet.
Pipe smoking kid.
Probably still have that trunk too. Huh?
No, I think we maybe got rid of it. However,
Is
could
this
be
still
down there.
Texas?
Mm-hmm.
We have lots
Fort
of,
Lavaca.
we have lots of daredevil footage.
This
of
is the-
boys.
This was the very first time down a slide for it.
I didn't know that he was letting you do this because he was
First
babysitting.
time ever.
Watch. He was filming you while you were. Woohoo! Can you imagine letting a 1-year-old do that by themselves without being standing right next to him?
The climbing part was pretty
Yeah.
advanced.
Look how fat your pants are. That's when there were thick diapers. They didn't have this skinny stuff. The leg got a little trapped.
Yeah, that's when people wash diapers instead of
Uh-huh.
throwing them
I
away.
wonder- Oops. He must have stopped the camera to have to pick him up. Nope. Oh, dirt. Oh, right on the back of the head. Yeah, they can do a lot at one. You were cutting teeth. Look at how you were doing your mouth all the time. Mom, 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 mom.
So what was my first word?
Mom,
Mom.
mom.
I think Michael's was pretty.
Pretty?
Pretty, everything was pretty.
Now he says adorable. He was telling me something was adorable
I
last
think
week.
Father taught him that. How long were you guys there for? Texas?
We got there in January of '61 and left May of '62.
Three years old. Albuquerque.
Your mother went to Michigan and I went to Reno, Nevada.
So you were in Reno by yourself?
For a short time till
This was in Albuquerque.
Remember your address
Mom
in
and
Albuquerque?
Did Mom and I ever come to Reno?
Yeah. We have pictures of you there.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever known that I was looking at a picture of us. in Reno.
Yeah, we've stayed in a mobile, in a house trailer, in a mobile home park. Been there, what, 6 weeks, something like that.
yeah.
I liked it there.
Kind of like a mini Colorado Springs, wasn't it?
A little water fight going on here. Oh, you got him good. He's not playing anymore. Woohoo! Oops, oops, oops. You're almost 3.
They say that walking beams like that is excellent for developing brain cells
I didn't know that.
at any age.
Me and the little man do that
Unless
over
your
by the
dad
park.
hits your head on the cement when he's swinging you. That's not too.
No, notice I had a short haircut there.
So did Dale.
At what age did you go to short hair? Did you ever have
21.
Did you ever have a style when you first got in the military, or was it always just
Oh,
the
here's-
buzz?
This is taken from a helicopter approaching the taxiway in Albuquerque,
Kirtland?
Kirtland Air Force Base. Unlike airplanes, we don't land on the runway. We just land at point to a spot like that on the taxiway, bring it down there, and then air taxi into where we want to park. That's the ramp. Kirtland Air Force Base on one side of the airfield and Albuquerque Sunport, the civilian airport, is on the other side. There's our other helicopter parked.
What kind of helicopter is that?
It's a H-43 rescue helicopter, nicknamed Husky. Jet powered, twin rotor, side by side rotors.
Michael told me he didn't know what a teeter-totter was. Hasn't he ever seen one?
We've been on them.
Call them
haven't we?
seesaws.
Oh, maybe. He found a puddle.
Yeah,
What?
that's what you have to do is throw.
Oops, must have told you had to go home. Time to go home.
Yep.
Mom.
Yeah, there's a Dodge Start, isn't it?
Yep.
Is it the 63?
What was its original color? White?
It started out white,
So that is the
got
original.
repainted black, got repainted yellow.
Oh, this is one of my favorite.
This Texas?
Bryan, Texas, yeah. You'll see all your little buddies in there. Little Jordan. Remember little Jordan and Billy Schwinning? Ugh.
This be approximately 1965.
He was only 4 here.
We were there we got there in June
He
'64
was
and
Michael's
left
age.
about May '66. There 2 years.
Tire swing. Good old tire swing.
So is this one that would have been at Wee Aggie Land?
Yep. There's a little Jordan. Remember your buddy
Mud.
Jordan? Probably. He was so cute. Oops.
Got a problem there, man?
Cleaning his hand off. He was at our house all the time. His mother used to. We'd be sleeping and he'd come and ring the doorbell, and then you'd see his mother come trucking with her bathrobe on, trying to catch him before he rang the bell. He loved playing over there. I think he needs to go to the toilet. Look how muddy he was. We were taking you to get your picture taken, and I came out and you were all covered with mud. So I just, yeah, that was your. There's your bud. This bud. Woo! Little devilish face. Oh yeah, this is my very
Half
favorite.
an hour later.
Yeah, all the
In a
kids
different
were
change
there.
of clothes.
Mud. They got mud in the backyard.
Is that Philip West?
Yes, horrible Philip and Billy Schwinning wasn't much nicer. He was very naughty kids, those two. If there was trouble, he was there. Oops, Jordan just got a good, oops. Yeah, right in the face. Oops. It's getting pretty wild out there. Well, this is our next door neighbor lady and her son.
Ellie Martin.
And all the kids charged her. And then Philip West got a hold of her brassiere. Poor Ellie.
Is this on a base then, or where is
No,
this?
we
It's a
This-
front yard.
this is when your dad went to college
Is that
in
my
Bryan,
first
Texas.
girlfriend, Tammy?
Her name was
Terry.
Terry.
Terry?
Can't remember. his
Terry
name.
and Jimmy.
Howell.
Oh, that's Mike, or that's Dale there, swinging
Yeah.
with her. Could have been your first girlfriend.
Her
They all look younger
mom's
there.
name was Exame Howell.
Yeah. Yeah, all the Texas women have 2 names. Exame. I love that house. That yard. Splat.
Where was it at? Do you remember? Is that an address? Or?
Yeah, it was right on Oak Lawn.
4302
Wasn't that the
Oakland.
house where the tarantula was on the swing set?
Yes.
The asp bit you?
Yes, on the back. That is true.
Down there, there's not one tarantula, there's an
Bajillion.
army of tarantulas.
Peacock. This is the Houston Zoo. We went to. wish we would have had a better camera. Of course, I'm glad we had something.
Yeah, a lot of people don't even have cameras.
Yeah. Yeah, the base commander's wife lived across the street from us, albino.
That was neat.
Yeah, and she said if you pay to get it out of the repair shop, you can have it. So that's what we did.
Wow.
And she gave us this old wind-up Kodak, probably the first one ever made. They were really nice to us. Oh, water wiggle.
I remember that thing.
You still make those? Every kid?
No, they outlawed them because some kids drowned. They got to put them in their mouth and they got stuck and drowned the kid. So they quit selling them. That was the funnest thing that ever was. We had good water pressure there too.
Little baby Coco.
I still have that bathing suit. It doesn't look the same on me anymore.
Nice sunglasses, man.
Yeah, aren't they cool?
Is that Liz Taylor's?
We got
Coco.
Coco and he was
Yeah.
just a few weeks old. I think it was around February. Be about February 65, I think.
He's posing. Sure made you laugh, didn't he?
I've been one of the luckiest men on earth when it comes to dogs.
You have. You have. Mike too.
Yeah.
Mike's too.
But he's the best. That's for
Yeah, I
sure.
don't think I'll ever have a dog
Bridgie.
better than Buddy. He's,
Mm.
He's sweet.
couldn't have picked a better dog.
There's a little hippo in there with him. Mama and baby.
Back at the Houston Zoo again? Or is this a
Yeah.
different zoo?
I think it's
Same.
Houston. I used to like to go there. Yuck. There's a little baby. You like those glasses, Dale? I wonder if I still have those. She found it.
Dale never seemed to mind wearing that baseball caps when he was growing up.
You know why he wore them? Because we cut his hair and you wiggled a lot. So that was our cover-up. We're on this train, Dale. In the back end.
I remember those balloons with a balloon inside.
Oh, it's a dirty dozen there. Do you remember that little boy in the white shirt?
What was his name?
His name was something Lee. David? Was it David?
I think so.
David Lee. He was retarded. He was 8 years old, and he played with all you 4-year-olds, and you guys never seemed to notice anything was wrong. And he was so appreciative because he didn't have any playmates, and he always came down and we included it in everything.
Where's this?
I think this is Huntsville State Park.
Yeah, it is.
Do you still have that tent? That canvas tent?
No, we sold it to Tom and Debbie in our garage sale one year.
I remember the way it smelled.
Canvassy.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say Alabama? That's where this is? Huntsville what?
Texas.
Texas?
It's got all that old Spanish moss hanging out of the trees.
Huntsville's famous for its prison.
How come you always turn him upside down? The pictures, he's upside down. Coco's licking on you. Good runner. On a paddle boat.
We like Texas and the people we met down there.
Oh, okay. Goes Coco. Trying to get out to the boat. Snake.
Snake.
Yuck. Ooh. Ooh! Swim at your own risk, it said. Oh, this was moving day.
You Get a look at the neighborhood.
Years later, they owned that truck. They were unloading the next people that were moving in's motorcycle. Look at you stand there watching them.
As quick as you're moving out, they're moving in.
Uh-huh. They asked if they could leave their motorcycle there till they got moving in. He said, yeah.
Michigan Lumberman's Monument.
Huh.
Yep.
Thought that looked familiar.
He always did butt shots of me.
It's hard to get people to walk toward you.
Osabo?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Sable River, 15 miles west of East Tawas.
Oh, remember those people?
Warren Baker.
Yeah.
And his wife's name was Doris.
How'd you know them?
They were in this. He was a helicopter pilot with Joe.
And then he switched from the Air Force. He went into the Coast Guard to do the same kind of work.
They adopted that little boy. He was the same age as you.
Ooh, good sized fish.
Guaranteed to catch something in that pond.
Is this still in Michigan right here?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember where though in Michigan.
One of
We
those,
met him somewhere, didn't we?
one of those pay to catch fish ponds.
Ooh, that's pretty good size for a kid. Good thing I learned how to cook. Look how skinny I was.
Hmm.
What do you mean?
You learned it. You didn't just know that.
You have to learn those things.
Who taught you, Grandma?
No. She never taught me how to do meat. Because it was too expensive to ruin, so. This is California.
Fairfield, California, 2056 Falcon Court.
Why Coco's in all the pictures.
Brand new house. We moved in just quick as they put the
Coco,
finishing touches on
He's
it.
got the ball.
The thing I remember about that place was there were little frogs everywhere.
Yes. Almost on the school bus till I see the school bus stop abruptly. And then you came off with a box full of frogs I had to take back home. However,
Okay, what car was that?
That was a Ford station wagon I bought.
And we had the swimming pool in the garage here. didn't we?
yeah.
Yeah, you remembered well.
This is your first time you saw snow.
This is going up in the mountains east of Sacramento,
Up towards Tahoe, wasn't it?
going up toward Lake Tahoe. I think it was about March.
Wonder if I still have that coat of Dale's. I have a box full of kids' clothes down there. Bro.
Got him on the run.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's Mom.
Beautiful high Sierras. The box on top of the station wagon was used to carry camping equipment.
Oh, there's Louisa and her girls. Do you remember
Louisa.
playing with them? Louisa Gross?
Remember the name Louisa?
Yeah, they're Kimmy
Probably the
and
San Francisco
Kimmy
Zoo.
and I can't remember. What was their other old girl's name? Kimmy and something else. There's Gino. There's Michael.
That's me, huh?
Yeah.
Grandpa.
Yeah, and Vicky.
That was Grandpa's old car?
Yeah.
Chevy.
And that was Coco's wife.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. They had many puppies.
And many puppies.
Yeah.
Fluffy?
Fluffy.
Isn't that?
Yeah, it was Fluffy.
Yes.
There's Vicky as a teenager.
Did you ever think about keeping any of the puppies?
Look at Susie. Yeah, but we were going overseas, so we couldn't.
Oh.
We thought about it.
That guy in the corner used to make rubber band guns. I remember that.
He did?
Yep.
There's the puppies.
Huh.
I didn't
This
know we
would
had a
be-
picture of all the puppies.
Summer of '67.
It's a lot of big Coco.
There's the collar.
Yeah.
The one I just
How funny.
passed on to you.
There's
Rich Snell.
He got killed on Thanksgiving Day. Drove off one of the San Francisco bridges.
Yeah, he commuted back and forth to work in San Francisco, and it's a long commute.
You were a large baby, Michael.
How big was it?
My ribs are still sore.
Yeah, how big? What time was I born? Do you know exactly?
At night,
Yeah, it was
Like
like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
8:12 or something like that.
This is our house in the Azores.
There I am.
1 year old.
Weather
Wait,
balloon.
That was
Yeah.
only one right there?
yeah. Just a little peanut. You started walking early too, both of you did.
Cheesecake.
Vicky, 13 years old.
I got her out of there quick, didn't
I think you were meant
Get
to
out
be,
of my shot.
I think you were meant to be a fireman, Mike.
Yeah, I think so. Boy.
He knows how to point.
H-135.
Yeah, Galaxy.
Galaxy.
No, it wasn't Galaxy.
Galaxy.
No, that
was
was
Scott.
Scott
Yeah.
Air Force Base.
H-135. I don't remember the
Oh, neither.
street.
That was the house number.
H135. Yeah, but what was the street number?
It was like a beach house, right? Couldn't you see the ocean from
Yeah,
there?
right there.
Oh,
wow.
There it
It
is.
But we're way up on a hill.
That's still kind of neat, though.
It is. It was a beautiful
You
place.
Just
Could you see AWOL Rock out my bedroom window? Or was that from my school? I know you could see it from my school.
I'm surprised you didn't try staying there longer. Cool beach house.
2 years.
It was the best place for a kid my age.
Yeah,
it
you
was
loved
Like
it.
being Tarzan.
It was great.
I don't know how it was for adults, but
We've got you at the beach there too.
for kids it was cool.
Oops.
I remember a kid in that house behind that last picture swallowed a battleship from the battleship game.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Yeah, they had
Monopoly
the-
game. In
yeah.
the X-ray, you could see this battleship.
Yeah,
in the X-ray.
right there in his throat. It looked like it was going down. There's the Azores, the
I
volcano.
remember lots of jellyfish. On
Grandma
that
and
beach.
Vicky.
Be the airport there.
Yeah,
Sada Airlines, right?
yeah. Portugal.
Otherwise called Satan Airlines. See, yeah, and most modern kind of equipment.
How big was this island? Like how
About
far
thir-
across is
about
it?
13
10
miles.
by 12 miles.
Right.
There's a few other little islands too, right? Or is that the
There's
only island?
9 islands in the Azores. Terceira is the name of this one, and it's Terceira in Portuguese means third.
Which one did you go to pick up Coco?
San Miguel.
Speaking of butt shots. Yeah.
Yep, he's a boy, all right.
Who did that look like?
It runs in the family. We're all good climbers.
The little man's a good climber too.
Yesterday, though, he was climbing up a ladder and he says, Grandma, come and hold on to my bones. So he wouldn't fall off.
All the islands are volcanic rock. The volcanoes blew up in.
Oh, that was our maid and her husband and little girl.
Maria and
Yeah.
Teresa.
There was Maria, there was Fatima, there was... Who else do we have? We had several. Otelia.
Yeah.
She was the one that stole you blind.
Is this downtown?
This was a fiesta. They have a fiesta every year.
Does this town have a name right here?
Praia.
Pariah?
I think so.
It was Maria. Our maid's cousin was on one of the floats as a beautiful lady, and all my makeup disappeared. I couldn't find any makeup. I went to put it on one day, and then she cruises by on this float, and every woman on the float had my makeup on. And I didn't want to use my lipstick or anything. When they brought it back the next day, it appeared again. Yeah.
Nearly all the buildings were whitewashed. They don't spend money to buy real paint. They just use whitewash. Fireworks.
Yeah.
Running of
They
the
decorated
bulls.
all their cows. Another firework. Oh, he's sweeping the street. He's like a clown. Supposedly. See how pretty they fancied up their cows? They got so excited at these parades. I think that was the beautiful girl with all my makeup. Plus she had, my slip disappeared. I don't know if she had my underwear too or what. They didn't ask, they just take it and then it reappears after you discover it's missing.
There was not any tourist industry on the island that I knew about. The main sources of income were agriculture, farming,
There's Mikey sleeping.
and
There's
fishing.
our maid right there. She was the
Otelia.
best. No, that was not. That was Maria.
Okay.
She was the best one we had of all of them.
It was on some website in the past year that now that's a real big stopover for people sailing transatlantic. I
There
guess
you
there's
are.
a harbor at one of the islands. And
You're pretty
that's-
cute. Look
that's
there, Dale.
nice.
Looks like they can make it into a
Handsome
tourist
little
place.
doll. That was our maid's daughter right there. That was your mother. That was Mikey being carried by the maid. I heard all this laughing and I turned around and I said, why are all the Portuguese women laughing? Because she said, you have such white legs. Because their skin was dark.
So what were the years that we lived in the Azores? From when to when? 68 to 70?
No, 60.
We came back in around Thanksgiving of '69.
67 to 69. Well, we went over there when Mike was
Hey, well,
2 months old.
Here's the original
Oh,
skateboard
yes.
before Tony Hawk.
Yeah, you made that out of some old roller skates.
Yep, roller skates and a board.
You were pretty good at it, too.
Is this still in the Azores?
Yep.
Yeah?
It's the hill
This
right
is
up
street
from
by our house.
Yeah, the boys would be proud.
Uh-huh. My dad. Boy, you went around all the mud. That was pretty good, Dale. You did good. Oh, that was our next door neighbor's daughter.
Candy?
Yeah, Candy. Look at his hat.
Mhm.
This is when they gave you that old rooster. Remember that rooster we had?
Yeah, I do remember the rooster. Did we ever give it a name?
I don't know. We didn't have it very long because Coco kept attacking it and carrying it around his mouth. Didn't kill it. He just carried it around his mouth. So we had to give it back. So I
I
said,
must have been filming. It looks like something I do.
you were painting? Very good. Oh,
All done.
enough of that.
That's Betty.
Boy, look at your belly.
I still got that belly.
The Barillo's goat.
Oh, yeah. Gotta climb a cliff to touch it. You were still wearing diapers there. Look how fat your butt was there.
Germany.
Oh, yeah.
What part of Germany is this?
Garmisch.
It's really pretty
Isn't
there.
it pretty? It
Yeah,
was
it's
pretty.
really pretty.
We rode the train up there.
Mhm.
Where'd we start from?
Look at your
Frankfurt?
hat. Do you still have your hat? I gave you your hat.
Somewhere I think I do.
So Your dad still has his.
This the southern part of Germany?
Yes.
We just went on a vacation, or what were we doing over there?
On a vacation, we flew over to Frankfurt, then rode a train down.
Your lady.
This is the resort area of Germany down by the Alps.
Everybody thought we were
Mountains.
German. Remember, we had the canes and the hats and.
Mm-hmm. There's the hats,
Yeah.
the backpack.
Yeah, we rode the trains all over.
Some pretty tall mountains around
They are.
Pardon me.
there. I love playing with water.
This is back in the Azores.
Give me the hose, Dad! Give me the hose.
Tug of war.
Who had the camera that day?
I'm crying, Mike's crying. What were those flowers called? There's something to do with Jesus. They had some really cool flowers.
Don't know.
I thought those were snapdragons or something.
Cocoa. Getting nice and muddy. You love getting muddy.
Did Grandma Vicky come twice or just once?
Just once. Oh, this is back in the Azores.
This is flying over to the big island
To pick
to
up
pick
cocoa.
up cocoa. They didn't have FedEx into our Tercera. You had to find the main island where they have a commercial airport.
All those fence rows are piles of rocks.
Yeah.
Oh,
And they plowed the field with oxen when we were still there.
oh, yeah. You must have gone with us to this, didn't you,
Yep.
Dale?
I kind of remember it.
Yeah.
So this is on the main island right
Yeah,
here?
'cause you bought those little picks that they.
Picadors
Yeah.
were the guys that did it.
Probably still have that in your basement too.
No, I gave them to Dale, didn't I? Didn't I give you the picadors?
I think you still got them.
I do. I wish you guys get the rest of your stuff out of my basement. There's still some goodies down there.
The suicides.
Yeah.
They not like in Mexico where they kill the bulls. In Portugal, they don't kill them.
No, they just
Or in
bleed
the
them.
Azores,
Hey, I'll just tackle him.
they tackle him. Yeah.
They make them bleed pretty bad though, and that's the part I don't like.
Yeah.
They kept throwing those picks in them, and
Doesn't that just make him madder? He looks
yeah,
like he
but
could
all this
Superman.
blood's running down their sides. It's pretty gross, actually.
These. There's a matador getting squished.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But
Ah!
like
Oh,
the
man,
suicide
that
Oh,
guy,
yuck.
he jumps up and down in front of him and he grabs the head and then all the other guys.
Yeah, but the one guy got stuck between the horns. I think it gored him. That was pretty gross. Then they send out the cows to get him to come back in. That was
Yeah.
right behind our
In
house.
our backyard.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, on the side of a hill. This is on Sunday. They take all their pigs and livestock to church and trade and sell. And you see all these pigs walking by. The guys are in their suits with no socks or shoes on. That was sort of neat, wasn't it, Dale?
Yep.
Yeah, I bet a kid your age would have loved that there.
Oh, it was the best. I remember growing pinto beans for a school project out on the balcony. I remember ordering a tent from the Sears catalog and I couldn't wait for it to come.
Yeah, you were the perfect age there. Mike was still too little to
I
remember it.
remember was it bananas that they grew in that orchard
Mhm.
behind us?
Yep.
Remember the guy also raised chickens and he hired us to carry the chickens down to his truck or something.
This was
And I
during.
remember, wasn't it fake trees? We used to make slingshots and shoot like figs or something.
Pretty primitive.
Yeah.
There's where we lived before we moved on base, up there, on that top balcony. I could watch them walk all the cows down.
Didn't I used to ride a bus to school from there? And I was only what?
Look at that little kid's got all those cows all by himself.
I would have
That
been
one
like
little
8 years old.
There's your chicken.
You just tie a rope around his leg and
Uh-huh. That was pretty funny chicken.
Must have told me to move. Do something.
It doesn't move, you can't move. That's when you were first learning how to walk. So you were about 10.5 months there. Oh no. Is this where the duck, where you were feeding the ducks? Maybe? Oh, you must have been airing your
is this in
tongue.
Belleville or is this still in the Azores?
No, but that's when we went to pick up Bunny, isn't it? That time?
I think it's in Indiana.
Yeah, we were going to pick up Aunt Bunny for a week. There she is.
Bunny Ferrand, right?
Yep.
This is a long time friend who was staying at a place in Indianapolis at the time. This is after we returned from the Azores to the U.S.
69.
No, it's summer, so it'd be 1970.
Yeah.
Summer of 70.
Bunny and I swing.
How did Bunny get to be friends? Was she?
She used to
childhood
work
friend?
with me at Gould's when I worked at Gould's.
Okay.
When I met your dad. She was 50 years older than me. And she
Wow.
never had any children. Her husband was a lawyer, and she sort of adopted us as her family. And every place we went, she came and stayed with us. She just liked you kids a lot.
I remember.
Do ya?
Yeah.
She always sent you birthday presents every year, and she just thought you were neat kids. And so y'all called her Aunt Bunny. Because you liked the word bunny.
Yep, that's what I remember.
Yeah, Aunt Bunny. Look at those things jumping in the
Where
water.
is this at?
Oh,
Seagulls.
this is
This
North
paddle boat?
Dakota. On that
Oh,
paddle
the
boat, isn't
Riverboat
it?
Queen. Yeah,
That's Belleville.
that's Hamlet Court, right?
Oh yeah, look at that.
I totally remember this, like jumping in the leaves and the turtle.
13 Hamlet Court.
BB gun, I just saw it.
It was what?
Ah!
The Wilsons lived next to us, and the Jollies were across.
Yep.
Yeah, there's Coco. He's always
Do you remember that tire swing? You go up the hill to the end of the street, take a right, and then there was that big hill, and you get on the tire swing, and when you swung way out, you're like 30 feet off the ground.
Mhm.
Look at here.
Ah!
Get off. Trying to swerve.
I remember raccoons coming out,
Yep.
right in our trash can.
All the time. Remember the train tracks, right that direction.
This was very close to the train tracks.
Oh, this is when you were Boy Scouts still. Cub Scouts, probably.
When the real Colonel Sanders
There's
was
your
in the
waving
parade.
over there. Hi, Mom.
Belleville.
This wasn't too far from our house either, was it?
Uh-uh.
Just go up the hill,
Yeah, that's right.
by a church, and then you'd be there.
Beautiful ladies. Colonel Sanders.
He's in here somewhere.
There he
Judging
is.
by the winter
Nope.
clothes, I'm thinking this must be a Memorial Day parade in May.
There
There.
he is.
Yay.
Couldn't tell where that was at. Is
I
that
think
still
that
have-
was Bellevue backyard because it looked like the Wilsons'
Oh.
fence around their pool behind me.
There's the snapping turtle. I remember him too. Out in our front yard.
You were trying to be brave.
Boy, that mannerism looks like Michael.
It does?
He was afraid he was going to bite him.
I was too.
It's close enough to the same
it's-
age where
The snapping turtle.
I think Dale or somebody
He
told
was
me he'd
only
bite my
2 there.
finger off if I got my finger too close.
hmm?
Mike was only 2.
No, I was like 3 or
Not
4.
really.
then.
Grandma graduating.
Yeah. Proud moment. Something she always wanted to do. Let's go back and get her high school. Is that my dad's motorcycle?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a Honda 90 Trail. I think it was the first motorcycle I ever rode. Took my driver's test in downtown East. I was on it. Got my motorcycle endorsement.
Great place to get your motorcycle endorsement.
I drove
Traffic.
around town, and the license examiner drove a car behind
I
me
like
to
this.
see what I was doing.
Yeah, look at this. I love this one.
Was at a campground.
In Ohio, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Well, you really called him in there, Dale.
I think this is where I got my finger bit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Seems like there was a pond you could go swimming in, but there were fish biting on you.
I got.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell the whole story.
No.
Yeah, tell the story.
You tell.
Do you remember that, Dale? When your dad went in swimming and he comes screaming out of the water and there was a fish hanging on his nipple? Thought it was a worm.
Piranhas.
Yeah. Your dad stood up and here's this fish hanging on him. It drew blood too, didn't it?
Yeah.
What kind of fish was it, like a
Piranha.
sunfish?
I don't know, but your
Or a
dad came
bluegill.
screaming out of the water. Well, he was glad he bit him there instead of somewhere else.
Guess it looked like a worm to him.
I think he was going to come out and rush me somewhere.
You were trying to scare him by yelling at him.
Then Dale moved back without me noticing, so I had to run back behind him again. I'll teach you. I'll stand right behind Dale and yell at you.
You guys had a lot of fun in those swimming pools.
Yeah, I remember that swimming pool.
Do you?
Yeah.
Remember
Very
I
first
went out one time and you guys had little sticks and you had frogs sitting on every one of the sticks bobbing in there with you. Remember that?
Uh-uh.
When we
I
lived
don't
in
remember
Hamlet
that.
Court, I came out, there must have been 6 frogs in the thing with you
I
that you
remember
caught.
we used to run in circles and get the water going.
Yeah, super fast, like a big whirlpool.
This is out of sequence. We're back in the Azores again.
Cobblestone streets.
This is all Terracera still.
Yes.
Yeah, but it was on the other side of the island.
Different city. This is the bigger city.
Looks like it'd be a neat place to visit.
They don't have any motels there. The ships come in. You could go in on a cruise ship maybe.
They must have some kind of hotels for the sailors.
Where'd you used to go diving all the time? Scuba diving? Right around here somewhere?
We've got pictures of that. too.
It'll show up. People on the islands at that time lived about the same as they had 200 years earlier. They had not changed their lifestyles there.
You know, they had that terrible earthquake after we left there on the other side of the island, and it wiped out a bunch of the buildings. I wonder what they built back in there.
Huh.
It's a volcano, is what the island is.
Or is this just out in the country somewhere in the
It was
Azores?
just
It's just-
outside the base. They had
it's-
beautiful flowers all the way along
This
the
is just
road.
a country road with lined on both sides with flowers.
Oh,
this
this
is
is
the-
where you went diving, huh?
remember catching a puffer fish while you were out diving.
You can see how rugged the shoreline is. It's just all jagged volcanic rocks. It was easy getting in. You just fell off the rock and the rocks went straight down. It wasn't so easy getting out when the waves were pounding.
How clear was water? Is it pretty clear water?
Very clear. You can see
Oh, you were holding the
50
steering.
feet in every direction.
Is that
They
Dale?
used to catch lobster and they called them bugs. Remember that?
That's right. I still have my bug bag. You want it?
Remember
Ooh, what was that?
first time I ever ate octopus was at some dive club
Mhm.
meeting you had.
The wetsuits worked pretty well. The water temperatures, ocean water
Is that
temperatures,
you?
were, I think, about 58 degrees. You counted on your
Look at
wets.
those old Portuguese men watching you. Laughing. That's all they did was laugh and fight and roll around the ground like little boys. Punching each other.
Back-
Locomotive.
This is train yard in East House, isn't it?
Yeah,
It is?
yeah, it is.
I remember Grandpa taking me down there, and he there's that big round table thing, and he just got down in the pit, and he could turn a whole train by himself. It was balanced so well.
Some of the video was taken on your grandma's 8mm film camera. This roll we're looking at was one of those films that she took when she was in the Azores, and so it's a mix of ones I took and ones she took.
Is this one of the Whitford boys?
No, I think that's a little boy my mother used to take care of. His name was Brucey something. Is this the Azores again? Yeah, it is. It's our backyard.
Yeah.
Getting pretty dim.
I don't think I've ever seen this footage.
Of course, all the settings on the camera were manual. This one got overexposed.
Yeah.
Remember there were bats in our attic.
Yes. Chirping little bats.
Is it Vicky?
Uh-huh. It's you. These things are
Playing
really
with the
fading
hosing.
out, aren't they? That picture. Oh, this was over at the Officers Club pool on the 4th of July.
So did LOOM stand for Lodges Officers Open Mess? I remember the little stickers we used to have on our swimsuits.
Right. Little patches.
That's probably where I learned to swim, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
I think so.
Gave you swimming lessons every
I
place
think
we
so.
went, I think.
They had a lot of
Climbing the cliff.
things you had to do before you were a certified scuba diver. You had class instruction. Among the things you had to do was swim the length of the pool underwater and all the way back underwater without taking a breath. Was one of the requirements for scuba diving. Try it sometime.
I could do it back in high school. I don't think I could now at all.
Oh yeah, we're back at the hose pole again. Uh-oh. Poor Coco, how did he get
He's
so
on his
wet?
chain, can't get away.
Ah, who's
That must be the ultimate child toy, is a water hose.
Pretty much.
Tug of war.
You still play with a hose like that? I'm gonna ask your neighbors.
Oh, this is down at the beach.
Yeah, these were your mom doing filming.
I think he was trying to teach you to do tricks with your hands.
This is the beach in the Azores still?
Yeah.
Is that near where the whaler boats used to bring in the whales?
Yeah, I think so. Because where the base was,
There's
it was
the
just all
camera.
rocky cliffs. It was only downtown in the port area that had beaches.
You'll see a lady walk by with hats stacked on top of her head. She sold them. She could balance about 50 hats on her head. Look at that kid filling up his shirt with black sand. Ugh. Bet he never got that clean.
I wish I had got some video of the fishermen going out in their 19-foot open boats.
There
Out
she
into
is.
the
See
ocean.
the lady with her hats.
Uh-huh.
We all bought hats. Ooh, you're dancing, Mike.
Yeah, from my grade school, we used to be able to watch the whalers out there. They, 2 or 3 or 4 of those long boats get around a whale, and you can see the blow spout every now and then.
Still dancing. Holy cow. See Dale fly by. Must have been good music going.
I still dance that way.
You do? In circles?
And we all fall down.
A flower. How pretty. That's Candy and her tambourine.
Who's Candy?
She
Neighbor
lived
girl?
next door.
Band, some look like you're playing spoons.
Grandpa's.
415 Main Street.
House itself doesn't change much, does it? Everything around it's changed.
Mm-hmm.
Backyard when it had trees. Now all the trees are gone.
Yappy dogs next door.
Yeah, that was a mean dog, wasn't it? I can't remember. Those people that were real
Yeah,
heavy
it
smokers.
looked like it was charging you and got out of there fast.
I just remember the couple that were real heavy smokers that used to live
Mhm.
next door. I can't remember their name.
It's Grammy. Grandpa.
That looks like he had on his railroad work clothes.
He probably just came home from work. Grandma's sitting there painting something. Grandpa's swatting mosquitoes.
I didn't think she started painting until she was like in her 60s. When did Grandma start painting?
50 something.
So she was 50 right
In
there?
the Azores.
These are some
Karen?
blood. Must have been Vicky's birthday.
Yeah, that's,
Tommy.
Tommy,
yeah.
Richard.
Well, they've changed, huh? There's my grandpa.
Grandpa Frio.
That was Grandpa Frio?
Yeah, and Grandpa Charters.
Do you have Grandma Frio on here anywhere?
Probably. Pete in the background.
Close the
There's
door.
Grandpa Frio.
There you are.
Is this back in Hamlet Court again?
No, Azores.
These oars again. Try to jump around. Oh, must have been building something.
Ship down in the
Uh-huh.
harbor. See how the terrace, did you see the rock walls terrace?
Uh-huh.
like do orchards and stuff up the hillside.
They did not want you going out in their fields or something? Is that why they built them
Some-
up so high on the road?
No, it's like the rocks would keep coming up, and so they just keep stacking them, make fences, and they get higher and higher.
Remember we tipped one over one time climbing over it, remember that? And then we couldn't get it to stack back up right.
Let's just drive away real quick.
No, we were walking through a field. I was going up
You had to
this.
be careful, like the orchard, they had dogs that ran around in the orchard, because we used to sneak over in there, but you'd hear the dogs coming. Get out.
Yeah, they had dog packs. In fact, remember when they got Coco?
Yeah.
That was horrible. I thought he was going to die. Your dad stuffed all of his hair on his body inside of his wound to get him to the vet. That's pretty gruesome. Because they got him by the throat and pinned him down, a whole pack of them.
Huh.
That was awful. Remember that kid threw that bamboo spear at you? Almost hit you in the eye?
Stitches next to my eye.
Yeah. Then you tipped over one of the fences and it fell on your finger. Remember we had
Stitches in my finger.
Good old days.
I do that now. Get to go to the emergency
Yeah.
room with the boys all the time.
Yeah, Mike's already had his initiation.
We figured out last year I had Ian, Evan, and Linda all in the emergency room at different times.
They knew you there. Same emergency room?
Mm-hmm.
How close is it to your house?
Pretty close. 5 minutes.
Is this a parade, or are they just all
No, they
taking
were
their
just
stuff
going
to
to
market?
work.
Or
They were harvesting.
The way it works in the Azores and is the same it used to be in my mother's little town in Slovakia. All the houses are in town. The people all live in town. Then every day they go out to the fields to work them. It's not like in the U.S. where every farmer has his own house and barn and spread. There, the farmers live in town. They go out to their fields.
Did you have a good day that day, Dale? Burying your Aunt Vicky?
Trapped Aunt Vicky.
Oops.
Who's got the hose? Show us who's.
It had to be Dale. Yeah. Oh, they got you back. Got you back good. Watered you good. Oops, you
got smart.
Do a little pinch there. Oops, how do you get it?
Back to being the fireman.
Uh-huh.
Am I teaching you how to squirt?
Yep, make it even stronger.
Yeah, you like that game. Oh, this is when we got married. Dale Dunham. That's who you were named after.
This is your wedding?
Yeah.
Slightly out of sequence, I might add. I saw.
Looks like there were a lot of people there.
We had what, 400 people?
Wow.
I think there is my grandma.
Grandma Friel and
Grandma and grandpa.
Grandpa Friel.
Mm-hmm. Mike Wilson, my cousin Barbara. There's Angie. There's my Uncle Len. Who else is on there?
Leonard Lose, my boss.
Yeah. There's my little cousin. She's just a little peanut. There's your old car with tons of toilet paper tied behind it. Dale Dunham, me, Joanne, Barbara,
When was
Vicky.
When was the last time you heard of or about or from Dale Dunham?
A lot of years.
There's Barb Bergman's husband. They got married before we did. We fixed them up on a blind date. There's your dad. Boy, did you look young there. I thought you were a mature man.
Well, 27's pretty mature.
Yeah, I suppose. There's the church, the chapel we were married at.
Where's that at? In East House?
Ascoda,
Oh,
on the
Ascoda.
base. Uh-huh.
Portsmouth Air Force Base, it's since was deactivated about 6 or 7 years ago. They're still trying to sell off base housing.
Is anybody buying it up?
That was my cousin. He was my second cousin. He was the minister at that Alabaster church. They were doing a dedication of some sort.
Alabaster's out where the
South
This is
Thanks,
where
Lon.
they do the
The-
National Gypsum,
yeah.
where all the
Loading
big
dock.
freighters come in.
Mhm.
Just about all the parishioners there are relatives.
There's a roof.
See that guy in the blue suit? That's Nick's brother, Sass. His last name was Sass. There's Grandpa.
There's Rupert there on the right side of the.
What was that?
Buddy, probably chasing a squirrel or something.
That's our first home, Loud Drive.
6269 Loud Drive.
On Van Etten Lake?
Mm-hmm.
Is that your car, Mom?
Yeah, that was my car.
53 Ford Bel Air. Not Ford, Chevy Bel Air. Sorry.
I thought it was a 54. It's 53.
You're gonna love this car in my warehouse right now. Then it's that car.
Really?
Yep.
Same year?
Maybe it was my
Is
car.
it the same color? Light blue?
No, it's
Powder
green.
blue?
What's that thing?
Picnic table.
That old thing was a picnic table?
Had a separate garage.
That we never used, did we? I don't remember ever
Not
putting the car
really.
in. Maybe the car wouldn't fit in there. Is that going to be Ann's car?
Don't know.
Don't know yet, huh? We're back at some zoo. Oh, we heard from Sandy Sutter at Christmas. Sandy Wild. She just had open heart surgery.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, she got MS. This is out
Where
in
is this?
California.
San Diego? San Francisco?
Where is it, Joe?
Judging from the hills, it's San Francisco.
Was this my mother's film or?
Yeah. We have film from the 2 cameras from.
There's Alcatraz.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
At Golden Gate.
How old was Dale there? Well, I was pregnant with Mike, so he must have been
6.
probably. Yeah, 6 years old. Camera shy, were you, Dale? Face is right up against it. There.
That was the Golden Gate
Yeah.
there.
Redwood.
Chomping away on something.
Red Sequoia something it said.
This is only, 35 miles north of San Francisco on the Pacific Ocean. That's looking at the Golden Gate. Across San Francisco Bay.
Here in woods. Is that
That's
just
where
a
all the
park?
redwoods are. Well, your grandma took a lot of pictures of you.
You expect to see little gnomes running around in there.
It's very, very dark in that forest. Simply because the trees are a couple hundred feet tall and they shut out almost all the sunlight.
So Mike's making you one of these too, Dale? That'd be cool.
Hope so.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Once you make one copy, you can make as many other copies as you want from that. Back to
Run!
Fairfield.
They were leaving. Grandma must have been filming you.
Airport. Looks like out the window of an airplane.
Do you want me to throw a pizza in?
Nope.
Nope.
I've got a pizza out in the car.
Yeah.
I brought.
No, I'm good. Did you want something? Drink? Eat?
Well, what were you thinking to eat?
I'm not hungry yet.
I'm not.
Yeah, but it's 11:15. By the time the thing gets done, it'll be 11:45.
Who cares?
You don't care?
Not hungry. This is bees taking pictures, leaving San Francisco airport and flying back to Michigan, I guess.
No, she flew down to see Aini in Southern
Oh,
California.
okay. Flying down the...
Remember they left Vicky with us? And Dylan.
airliner pictures.
So what are we looking at?
Airliner pictures.
Flying to where?
Bee and Rupert were flying from San Francisco airport down to
San Diego.
San Diego airport to visit Bee's sister, brother, sister.
That was Aini right there.
Aunt Heine.
This looks like the Rose Bowl at Pasadena.
My Uncle Leonard, who was a minister down there. He had a lot of ministers in
Then his son became a minister,
Yeah,
right?
yes.
And they live in where? No.
They were living in Reno, Nevada, but I don't know where they are now.
Southern California is a beautiful place.
That looks really pretty.
With that climate, you can grow almost just about anything you want to grow.
Who's that?
It's my Uncle Leonard. He was a minister there. He's married to my Aunt Ines. I think that was Sunset Strip that we just looked at.
The palm
Hippieville.
trees. We got to see Southern California on your high school senior trip.
There's her little guys. Susie. Chihuahua Susie.
This is the house we finally got rid of in 1996 after owning it for almost 30 years.
Like Tahoe?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Pretty there, too.
I remember going there when I was a kid. We went
Tahoe?
Lake Tahoe.
Sure.
You can tell how old this is by the cars, can't you?
Late 60s.
Probably.
Has Grandpa ever flown on a plane?
Yeah, he flew out here.
Yeah, they made several trips to. What are we looking at? Flagstaff, Arizona?
That looks like Jackson Hole.
Yeah, it is. Jackson Hole.
Oh, okay. These are some of Rupert and Bee's films.
Must have drove out to.
They went to
Yellowstone they did.
Yellowstone Park, and that was when the bears were
Still around.
everywhere.
People just walking and there's a bear.
Yeah,
Yeah, we didn't see
they
one
treated
of
them like pets back in those days.
Now they've moved them way out, haven't they? So they can't go around.
They discouraging people from getting too friendly with them.
Need to get up there sometime. Just take a look.
Yeah, it's a must see
Just
place.
stay away from the buffalo. Ooh, that
That's
was
a pretty big
Look
bear.
at this.
No way I'd get out of the car with that bear.
Ah, he's coming back for a tidbit. Is that up in Golden?
Isn't that by St. Louis somewhere?
St. Louis Train Museum.
Oh, I thought it was Golden.
No,
Okay.
I think you guys took me along on this.
I think so.
Is that you?
Was that you?
No,
No, that was Grandpa.
I'm pretty sure that I got to go.
I think so too. Some of those old steam engines are just enormous. It's hard to believe how big the biggest ones were that ran through the mountains of Tennessee, through the southern mountains. They're like 300 tons for one locomotive.
Huh. So did you guys just go over there when we were living in Belleville?
Yes.
Grandpa came down and wanted to
Yeah.
see the train museum.
Yeah, I recommend if you get a chance, go to one of those train museums. They're pretty.
I'm gonna go get the pizza out of the car and put it in your oven.
Go ahead.
Is it unlocked, Joe?
Did you want
Think
your
about
water,
think about some of the uphill hauls like the Union Pacific run up to Donner Pass area. That's his one long steep climb coming out of Sacramento.
Well, how old is Dale right there? A teenager?
I'm thinking 12.
I don't really remember this.
Kind of looks like backyard Belleville, but I'm not sure.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yep, because there's a train going by in the woods.
Yeah. That is, you got it exactly right.
How far was that train track from our house?
Close.
50 yards?
No,
Farther than that.
a little farther, but it was close.
What was the story that I remember Mom making us get under the bed or something, and you had a shotgun, and some guy was on our front
Well,
porch?
it's a round one.
Did you call the cops on him to come get him?
We had a teenage boy come to knock on the front door late at night and said some people were chasing him and out to get him, and they needed protection.
Never enough cheese in those burgers.
I didn't really want to have a strange teenager in the house, so I said, sit here on the front porch and I'll guard you and we'll call the police to come and get you. Rather than letting him come in the house, because
Makes sense.
You don't have.
it did to me. I had 2 little kids and a wife in the house.
Where you dumping that? It's been up for a while.
Sable River again, I think.
Here, can you open up the pepperoni?
Many a generation have ridden on that paddle boat. My boys were
What's your
both.
other-
Still going.
350.
I think it's 425.
All right, Parks Air College, Illinois.
Exactly. They having like an open house and
You want to put 2 in or 1?
demonstration and
Huh?
I don't care. Put 2 in if you want.
Yep.
College is still there as far as I know.
Okay, we'll have to have something else.
I got another one.
You have a pizza pan?
Yeah.
I might put on
Is this where I got to shoot a machine gun?
Wanna try it?
Huh?
Wanna try that square one?
Like a big machine gun. I
Don't know.
remember somewhere getting to
Don't know.
shoot
I
one.
got the regular.
Hippie hat.
This is when you're beyond just sliding down a slide.
Gotta find new ways to make it exciting.
For how long will it
Do you
be?
need any help?
Probably not.
Where's this at?
So far, I haven't figured that out.
Belleville?
Do you have a timer, Mike?
Probably.
Nope.
You don't?
Nope.
That's what you're getting for your birthday.
Well, I have one on the microwave. I just don't know how to use it.
Where is this at, Gene?
Just saw a little face poke up behind you.
Turtle?
Is this when we took that trip down to the caves and stuff?
Or is this Crab Orchard?
Ozarks, maybe?
Silver
This
Dollar
is-
City?
I
This
think-
was a vacation trip.
Yeah, I
I'm
think.
thinking maybe the Ozarks when we went down there. Cause I remember-
Branson, Missouri. Silver Dollar City.
Yeah.
Probably.
Well, you kind of look like Ian right there. Ian looks like you.
Oh, this is where the goat gets Mike.
Yeah, that's why I don't like goats anymore.
Pushed him all over the barnyard.
Trying to be nice to him and he's goring.
Trick mule.
We have to go horse riding again sometime.
Does the Air Force Academy still have stables?
Yeah, they still do.
The thing is, you have to have a base ID or a military ID to get on base anymore.
We need you to tell us who all these people are.
Oh,
I
that's-
recognize the girl with long hair.
Yeah, Hartsfield.
Joanne? That's
The
Joanne. Like her.
Hartsfield and the doctor's kids.
Scott Air Force
Mark
Base.
Rice.
Oh, look at your arm,
Me
Dale.
with a broken arm.
And the next day your buddy broke his.
Yeah, Coombs was the other kid's name who broke his arm.
That was Karen and
Do you remember those kids, Dale? Perry
The one on the
Theriot?
right is Mark Rice. I'm not sure who that is in between me and
oh yeah.
one of them's the Coombs kid, and I'm not sure.
That's our truck camper on the left.
Look at your arm. Poor little arm.
Whose car is that back there? Is that Tommy Jolly?
I don't know.
And Coco.
Hamlet Court again.
This is my sister Annie, her husband Fran, and the Shorts.
And Annie.
Cookie
Yeah, Cookie.
and what's Cookie's real name?
And Mike, wasn't it?
Mike. Yeah.
Mike Mario.
It's
Mary
Cookie.
Ellen Moran.
We should make Annie one of these. Except they probably don't have a DVD player. Huh?
Make a VHS.
We could
of it.
copy it back on the VHS.
Oh, yeah, that would be good. I know they have a. That.
124. I'll write down the index
It'll be
orders.
easy to find.
I'll just jot it down. That's their.
Is this when they dropped off the piano?
Yes.
Yeah, they brought us out the piano.
Why did they get rid of the piano?
They didn't want it.
Didn't Cookie play it though, or something? Because it seemed like I remember Cookie playing the piano.
Finelli.
Yeah, 50 cc's of.
It was 65 cc.
You were awful young to be riding that, Dale.
Okay,
I can't
whatever
believe I
it
let
was.
you do that.
I had a ball with that thing
I know.
for years.
Yeah, especially when we moved in.
Jim Dooner and I used to just have
Yeah.
a ball with it.
I bought it on purpose, so I wanted a motorcycle that Dale couldn't drive supersonic, is why I got
It
one
shows
that
him
small.
though when it got out of control when he was trying to do circles.
It was in control. He was just doing donuts.
Well, it didn't look like he was in real control. Did you see that yet?
Yeah, I'm in control.
Uh-uh.
I still do that when I get on. the
Don't try this in your backyard if you have low-hanging clotheslines.
Okay, you're giving me a lesson here. Yeah. Yeah, I did all right.
Well, we got a copy of this. And
Oh yeah, this is.
Snowball War, is that what
Yeah.
this
Well, there's
is?
a lot of people there.
Yeah, that was on base. You kids
Waiting
had
for
lots.
the
Oh.
school bus look like.
Yeah, I loved living on base.
Yeah, it was fun. I remember doing big
Even
wheels.
with old Olive Peterson next door, I still loved it. Well, shoot you there,
Little
Dale.
Kenny.
Well, you're a good runner.
That was Perry Terry I was chasing.
Perry Syriot and you, I saw you coming out that second story window when I looked out the window one day.
What's this, the bicycle factory?
Okay, you should know her name.
Snyder, Linda
Mrs.
Snyder.
I used to go
In
over her house
Mike-
all the time. to
Mike
get
Mike.
Snyder. Yeah,
They were very good friends and neighbors.
a long time. He's probably a hospital administrator somewhere now.
Yeah,
Bet you that's
I
what he's
think
doing.
so. It's hard to locate people on the internet that have a name as common as Mike Snyder.
You were 4 there, Mike. We bought you a bike with training wheels, and first time we looked out, you had a screwdriver and you took the wheels off. You didn't want them on there.
Oh, I remember this. The wind machine.
Yeah.
Windsurfing.
Yeah, we did it with a kiddie pool too, and it really got going.
It's going
Woohoo.
pretty well there.
Kids are always inventing something. And then your dad has to try it. Oops. I bet that
Look out for the car!
Look out for the old guy riding the wagon. Oh, this was on
Cattle
the
drive.
monument, Baptist Road.
Yeah, Baptist Road.
That's right up by Fox Run Regional Park, isn't it?
This
No,
is
it's on
right
the
by
other
the
side.
interstate.
Yeah, it was on the left-hand side, the
On
west.
the west side of the interstate, Baptist Road. Cattle drive.
What's that? Parachuter?
Yeah, it looks like one.
Remember
Yeah.
when we were coming back from the hunt the season before last, and we came into that cattle drive?
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's Garden of the Gods Road would be right down there in the bottom if it was there.
Dale,
Me.
look at your beard.
There's Garden of the Gods.
Yeah.
Well, that valley is definitely
Did you
changed.
show your picture to anybody? Megan or Shelley or...
Both of them.
Hey,
Good times, really.
there's our bridge and the ditch.
Ditch in the
Yeah.
woods.
Matt, Michigan, Andy.
Ah, look at him.
Okay. Old married Andy. It's hard to believe. Little Matthew. Have to make this one for Vicky. 129. That's up by Decker's.
Uh-huh.
Spruce Grove Campground.
It's pretty up there.
Father gonna close the bathroom door this time?
He did last time.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, I just allowed Peter.
He didn't this time.
He didn't?
It's wide open.
Yeah.
Jump.
That's
Take
when he
off,
makes his
fly.
splash. Yeah, that's what you hear.
Green old.
Oh,
Yeah.
wasn't that awful?
Grasshopper
You
green?
You
Isn't that what it
didn't
was
plan
called?
on it being that
No,
color, right?
it was. We had seen a really pretty green one in the real big cars, and then when we went to pick it up, I about keeled over. It
Neon green?
was
I'd say
7-Up
it's
green.
Definitely neon
Yeah.
green. Those look good on like really old 4-wheel drives when people are, trying to give them a second life when they paint them bright colors, but not on an old 88.
Yeah, that was terrible. Then we painted
You
it yellow
kept it
after
that color for years, too.
Yeah. Well, we paid big bucks for it.
We were
like
laughing
88
the other
bucks.
day about how, I don't know where you guys were, but Linda and the girls and Mike and I drove it to the top of Pikes
Oh,
Peak
yeah.
and you didn't know.
Oh yeah, we had just had the brakes redone. Then we come back and the brakes are squeaking and squawking like crazy.
You guys went to Michigan, I think.
And you,
Yeah.
and you didn't know until you saw a picture of it like
Yeah.
a year later.
On top
Yeah.
of Pikes Peak.
Oh, we knew you had good brakes anyway. Except they squawked all the time after you did that.
Wait, that was you talking about that because you were talking about Vicky and Curtis and that car breaking down.
Yeah, they rented a Beretta. We all went crammed in it and it conked down a mile from the top of Pikes Peak.
Peek in the oven, see how those
Eisenhower
pizzas are
Tunnel.
doing.
Still looks the exact same, hasn't changed a bit. It's only been 10 minutes.
Yep, it's doing.
Okay,
Every
we got
once in a
10
while
minutes
they
to
talk
go.
about opening or making another bore for that.
Drilling another hole?
Mm.
I didn't know that. They should. There's
Oh,
enough
look, that's
traffic.
Georgetown. We stopped and looked at that big old, whatever it was, an elk, I guess.
Where's that waterfall at?
It was rated by Glenwood Springs,
That's Idaho Springs.
Idaho Springs.
I recognize the water wheel.
They don't have the waterfalls coming down anymore, though, do they?
I think it depends on what time of year.
Hey, is that Grandpa's Riviera?
Looks like it.
Mm-hmm.
It has Michigan plates. It was.
I think it had the best air conditioner. I
Andy
remember.
is Superman. Da da da, flying.
It's a good outfit.
You used to have one of those. I think I gave it to you.
I had a cape. I don't remember if I had the rest of it.
Yeah,
I
you had
remember
the
having
whole
a cape.
uniform because I bought it at Monkey Ward when you were just a peanut.
It's funny when you see little kids after they're grown up and you can see how their face develops.
Uh-huh.
It's hard to look at your kid now and figure out what their face
Right.
is going to look
Remember
like.
you guys doing this?
Yeah.
Woohoo!
That was in Belleville, or
Yeah.
somewhere by Belleville.
Yep, at the grade school.
Yeah, that's right. There was that big hill behind it, wasn't it?
That was a recreation place. I got to ride the motorcycle there, got to sled there.
Yeah. You guys got to do a lot of stuff. Oh, wipe out. Oh. Everything you did, Mike had to try. Big brother wipes out, I have to wipe out.
I think we still have that
We
sled,
do.
too.
We do. It's hanging in the garage.
It's the one Dale and I used to tie behind the motorcycle.
Oh, yeah.
Go out in the fields.
Oh, no. Gee, I wonder what you broke your body so much, Dale. Oops. Why somebody's holding
Action cam.
a... Turn! Don't kill your father. Oh, no.
Backwards. Where do I get it from? How much?
Yes, I wonder. Little showy there. Ta-da! You were racing? Oh no.
Boy, this must have been before we moved here or right when we
Yeah, our
moved here?
vacation out here.
So 74?
Maybe. Probably. Ta-da! Nice try.
Stalled out.
It's the same
Coco.
place I took that picture of Michael.
Gee, Coco's in every picture.
You're the age right there, Dad, that I am right now with compared to the boys.
Okay.
So it must have been about 40, 42, 43.
That was back at Scott Air Force
Yeah,
Base, right? The
Snyder's,
lake.
yep. You guys must have been squirting each other. Oh, that's your
That was
first
the
little
first,
one,
yeah.
yeah.
Belleville.
And you
First
really
monster.
branched out, didn't you?
Cocoa posing.
Or pumpkin patch. Here come the bus.
There we go.
Oh yeah, this is the one that you were showing. What a marvelous.
Can I watch any more of this?
Sure.
This is where you lose control a little.
Totally in control.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Totally in control.
Right
Where's
here.
this at, Muscuda?
See, it sort of got away from you there,
It's
dear.
called a donut.
Where was this? I don't remember.
There was a bunch of farm fields and stuff right outside the bay.
There's Huey Sherman's. Passed away about 2 years ago. And Lynn. What?
Who did you tell me built the big fancy house by Muscuda? It was somebody from this time.
Oh,
period.
Jolly's did. And so did Maymert's.
Maymert's, that's what.
Maymert's and Jolly's both did.
Jollies aren't in their old house anymore?
Mm-mm.
So how old are you right there, Dale? About 15?
Do you have a cooking mitt?
There, I would have been
14?
I can smell it. You got a cooking mitt?
Yeah.
No, it's fine. I just looked at it.
13, 14, somewhere in there.
Where is your cooking mitt? Nope, not done yet. Do you have a pizza cutter?
Yeah, right here.
In about 5 minutes, the first one will be ready.
Is it the post office on East Towers? Walking through
Yes,
the
it
park?
is.
The bank. The water tower.
Just
Water tower's long since been
Mine.
taken down.
Oh, is this the frog
Yep.
Yeah.
jumping contest?
Here's Rupert.
Turtle race.
Turtle. Couldn't, I guess because of the laundromat. This makes me remember Elmer Coonsey. Wasn't he the guy who carried his wife around in,
Yeah,
his,
in a
in her
bag.
purse in a bag
Yes.
after she was cremated?
Yes.
I think we ran into him there one time.
That's why you remember him?
Traumatized me.
What happened?
There was a guy in East Taos named Elmer Coonsey who carried his cremated wife around in her purse.
Yeah.
Yuck.
He took her everywhere. He was the old town veterinarian when I was little.
That's Cambria. I think that's my first bike right there.
That's Cambria?
Yeah.
No, that's Dale out in California, isn't it?
Nope.
It's Cambria?
Yep.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh,
See?
yeah, that
Nice-
was your
nice
Christmas.
hat.
Empty lot.
Your dad wears that all the time now. I even saw it in bed with him the other night. He was sleeping with it on.
Oh, look at how empty the garage is.
I must be driving because the truck's got sideboards on it.
Oh, that's the ones Grandma painted for you.
Yep.
There's Dale. Look at your hair, Dale.
About as long as Ian's.
Yeah, just about. See the old truck campers back there. Boom. So you guys used to go up and buy wood all the time. Must have been before Grandma painted it, huh?
Looked like it.
I think that was the first year we were there in 1975.
Look, there's no house.
Girls. Yeah. Dudley's. The first one done?
Yep.
That was the second one.
Looks like it's done.
Is that?
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah, it's got about 4 more minutes.
At least.
Smells good.
There's the fort. I saw it.
Yeah. The old
We
swing
bought the house, there was not one single thing in the backyard. It was just
dirt.
a blank space waiting for somebody to decorate it.
Tumbleweeds.
What year was this house built?
71.
And that was 75?
5.
So it sat with no backyard for 5 years?
Yes.
Huh, interesting.
The fort.
You need to build Mikey one of those. Did your boys ever have one? Did you ever build
Nah,
one?
we had the school next door, so they
Oh.
always had tons of stuff to climb
Yeah.
Man at work. Man with sledgehammer.
with. The boys have, we've carried on that wood splitting tradition in Alaska. They have competitions to see who can do the one swing split and all that.
Andy. What's going on?
Back in Taos.
Andy and Matt. Why is he crying? Oh, Josh's brown recluse spider bites are erupting again. Hope he doesn't lose
From a
part
year or
of his
two
arm.
ago,
Yeah,
they come back.
yeah.
Wow.
He's in Vermont now, and they're erupting.
Who's that?
That's Larissa. Little Larissa. Beautiful Larissa.
She's living now in Prescott Valley, Arizona.
Yes. There's Granny, Vicky, Larissa.
Cousins. You boys should calculate how many first cousins you have.
What's he holding? A little
Bird.
bird?
Bluebird, blue jay.
Oh, there's
Dean.
Dean.
Did you tell me Dean got married?
Yeah. He's got a little girl. Well, she's about 12
Gary,
now. Dolores.
He's still got the mortuary?
Yes. There's Curtis's mom.
Norma?
Yes.
Norma Copes.
Is that out of their house?
Well, that's when Vicky lived over by the river.
Oh, okay.
Bayside Beauties. Pretty funny. I think that first pizza's ready.
Yeah, go get it.
Smells like it. I don't know about the stone one. You can look at it. I don't know how that cooks. Oh, that's when they tore down the church chimney. Oh, I guess it wasn't. It was when they tore down the house next door to my dad.
Cheyenne Canyon rock climbing demonstration.
Isn't that when Vicky and Curtis came out?
Fort
Grandma and
Carson,
Grandpa too.
Fort Carson troops.
They don't do that anymore though.
Too busy fighting wars.
Yeah. Is it ready?
Yep.
Who wants pizza?
I'll take a piece
There's
here.
Dale
as
working on a radio.
a few minutes. Who the tractor?
Love
You had
that
more
tractor.
fun with that thing. That was your Benelli.
Yep, pretty much.
Okay,
I probably put 1,000 miles on that thing.
I'm eating some.
Go ahead.
It's a good way to learn to drive. That's how
You
I
got
learned
plates
on a
to put it
tractor.
on, Mike?
Huh?
You got plates to put it on?
Yeah, they're already out.
Come and get some.
Back when I was about as strong as I ever was.
So you don't let Ian see this, then justify his long hair.
But my grandpa is just as strong.
What?
Get some cheese on
Thank you.
Sweat.
Here goes.
Mr. Puny Verse.
He's got all the same weight on it as we were lifting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Mr. Kors. Oh,
Yeah,
Mrs.
what do you
Kors.
need?
Bill Course.
Kev.
Kevin Course.
We're maybe gonna see husband number 2.
Sherry Course.
Here. There's soda out here, ginger ale, if anybody wants some.
Thanks.
Ben Lomond Gun Club, probably.
What's Ben Lomond Gun Club?
Cheyenne Canyon Waterfall.
There's one more pizza out there plus ginger ale.
Who was that kid? The first one, the little one. Oh, you remember that dragster?
Oh, I forgot about the picture of Teresa and her family. She sent us a picture at Christmas.
It's like a Riviera hood to me.
Yep.
And a sideboard.
You still have those?
Actually, it was very sad. They got burned up in that fire I had at the
Uh-oh.
warehouse years ago.
Good.
Was she painting it right there?
Remember when you used to sell your sodies? You'd stock up on RC for 89 cents and sell it for a quarter each at college?
It must have been one of your little buddies, Mike. It was,
That was a Troy. Remember?
Troy was in there?
Uh-huh.
You had a picture of him?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. He committed suicide. Did you know that? I had no idea we had a picture of him.
I remember these.
Field Day.
Yeah, it was the good days at Keller Elementary.
They still do that.
Yep.
Jump.
we did that just the other day, huh?
You did? The three-legged race?
Who's that kid?
That was our next door neighbor. Remember the Floras?
Mm-hmm.
That was their little boy.
Jim and
Ray.
Ray Flora.
Balloon Fest.
You could still see the mountain from our house.
That's kind of odd looking, huh? Looks like we
I
jumped
haven't
way
gone
back in time again.
Way back.
Yes.
California.
Yeah, in the garage.
Why'd you guys put the...
Because we didn't have a fence and we didn't want any kids to drown, so we stuck it in there. And we had a little more control over who was in there. Remember that?
Riverboat captain.
Yeah.
Somewhere I got a picture of Ian and that one like that.
Yeah, really? I got to do
Up
the
there?
same thing.
Yep.
You'll have to take Mikey up there.
I have a picture of me too, I think. Being the captain of the boat.
You wanted to drive there until you were fussy. Certainly look important.
Taking your job serious,
Yep.
sir.
Yeah.
Wanting to actually do something, not just talk about it.
I think that same boat is still there.
Yep.
Last time we drove by, I'm pretty sure I saw it.
Yeah, I did.
Paid for itself 100 times over,
I think that's it.
It is?
Yep, that's all there is.